fellows trying to run. They had a full box. Had them all labeled. What years they were. They were kidding, and they would take one out and play it and tell them. They stop and let you have a run by on the one? They did because it was too rainy. It was rainy that weekend. It was real bad. They didn't get to do. They did. You're on. We're here at the meet with Joe Ed Gaddis, who's the president of the Mid-South Live Steamers. Tell us a little bit about the live steamers. How many meets does this make you've had here at Columbia?
Well, we started out with our first week. I believe it was our meet was in the fall of 1973. That's when we got our first loop of track completed here. Every year we've had a couple of meets, fall and the spring, and a meet also on July the 4th. And of course we run in between.
How much track do you have laid out here now?
Oh, it's a little over 4,000 feet, I suppose.
We've got one main line. You have a steaming bay, and quite a few things. Must be an awful lot of hours of work.
That's right. We had a lot of people from Murray County help us, and a lot of people from other areas, and the Nashville area particularly helped us. Quite a few hours, probably several thousand tons of earth been moved.
Well, the track looks just great. How does this meet compare as far as the number of people participating to some of your other meets? You seem to have about 23, 24 engines here.
I believe we have about that many, maybe 25. Of course, they come from Michigan and Florida, and we got some from California. we have quite a wide variety of people. Probably about 50 of our members are in the Tennessee area here, and the rest of them are outside of the area, totaling probably about 110 members. And of course, we hope to pick up a few members.
What's the most unusual rig you have here today?
I'd say the most unusual rig is probably that Shady engine, which has about 3 cylinders and was used for logging railroads. It's a very unusual model. Of course, we've got several models of diesels, and we've got an urban car which is electric powered, which is a very interesting model.
Is that your L&N there?
That's right. That's that's a gasoline hydraulic. It's a model of one of the first diesel locomotives ever built, about 1930.
Well, thanks for talking to us. We're going to be talking to a lot of the folks here, but I think we've got a great meet. The weather's holding up nice, and it looks like a great day to run some trains.
That's right. It surely is. Thank you.
We're here with Mr. Chet Peterson from Railroad Supply Corporation. How many meets do you go to in a year at a time?
Oh, maybe 6 or 7.
That many?
Oh, yes.
For a few years?
Oh, quite a few years, yeah, 10 years.
What do you think of this meet?
Oh, this has got to be one of the better ones. This is one of the better ones. It's beautiful down here. I love this in Tennessee.
Well, we're glad to have you in here from California. We see one of your Burlingtons running around here. What can you tell us about that? That's a fiberglass body gasoline?
Well, it does have an industrial gasoline engine driving a hydrostatic transmission, and it then transmits power to all the trucks, all the wheels in all the trucks. It's a powerful engine. It'll pull about 8 tons of rolling weight, and it's the best engine, one of the best. It's the best diesel we've got.
Well, it's really pretty. As you look around at all the different rigs we have here, what particularly impresses you?
Oh, I like all the engines. I'll tell you, anyone who builds an engine, it's got to be good. That person has done something. Any engine, I don't care how big or little it is. When a person has an engine, builds an engine, he's accomplished something. And I give him a lot of credit. I like all these engines. I really have a heart for a steam engine. But we build both the steam and the diesel. And it's gotten so now about 40% of all the locomotives we put out are diesel. And but nevertheless, the steam is where the challenge is. When you're on there and when you're firing a steam engine, you better be on your toes. You've got to keep the fire going, the steam going, and you've got to watch your signals. You've got to have a clear track. And I tell you, it's a lot of fun.
Well, it's great to have you here in Columbia for this steam meet. Hope to see you back here many more times.
I missed last year being here, but I was here every year from '72 on through, with the exception of last year. And I sure enjoy it every time I can get down here. Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming. Mr. Chet Peterson.
Yeah.
Under the provisions of the Equal Time Act, we'll now go to the East Coast version, and we have Mr. Koster here. And you certainly have a dandy little train here. What do you think of the meet?
I'm really enjoying the meet. I'm glad that we're having such great weather today. After some of the previous meets, this is really a pleasant change.
It's a lot more fun when you don't have to run your train in your swimsuit, isn't it?
It sure is.
You have a beautiful little chassis here with 3 guns behind it. Tell us a little bit about that. It's an electric system, right?
It's an electric system. We just finished this locomotive in time to bring to the meet. In fact, the first time we tested it out was on Tuesday, and it's got 5 batteries to power a 30-volt system and 4 traction motors.
What sort of running time and charging time is involved with an electric?
Well, we'll find out today because we've been running it since 9 o'clock and it's now 1:15, so we'll find out for sure. But normally you can assume anywhere from 2 hours up to 8 to 10 hours, depending upon the load that you pull.
Anything you see here that particularly strikes your fancy?
everything strikes my fancy. No, I'm really enjoying all the equipment here.
Mr. Peterson, I think, is, even though he builds diesels, he likes the old steamers. Are you sort of that way too?
I sure do. I like the steamers. I wish I had time to build one, but everybody keeps me busy enough building diesels, so I haven't had a chance to stop to build a steamer.
Well, it's great to have you here for the meet, and hope to see you here many more times.
Well, thank you. I sure enjoyed it.
On the burner now.
you move the diesel up just a little bit so we can get a guy in behind us? Can you just a hair? I haven't got to like judge this engine yet. See what I mean? Big rain is strict. I think we only have the last. That one is slipping. What is it? It's losing its setting all the time. No, I had that. Doesn't have a lock. See, she's unscrewing. I know. I know who that is. But that doesn't bother me. I can handle it. This may reach. Would you believe I had it hooked up all the way, cylinder cocks open, full glass of water, and she was still blowing all 3 pops at one time. Yeah. Put too much fire in it. Yeah, I did. Well, that's because the time before that I went around with 50 pounds. You should have been running up the hill last night. Boy, I had threw the fire in. We were heading out of here with a load. I threw a whole bunch of fire. You don't have a lot of fire. No, that's about what she wants. It's sitting on the down. I wonder what NSP more would do. I'm going to run it a couple of times. It's going to be here for a while yet? Okay, we'll get you on it. I love it. Well, only one of them came out the last time around. Whoa. And the backhead caught it when it came out, so it didn't hit her. You might want to.
Knuckles are great on those guys.
That's a King's Island style. We're backing out on the main. Oh, yeah.
Mary had it down about here.
Roll it.
Open the throttle.
It's leaking there.
Yeah, I see that.